There is a moment in adulthood when you catch yourself reacting and feel foreign to your own life. Your chest tightens over something small, your voice shrinks in conflict, your apology arrives too quickly. You wonder, who is moving my mouth? Who is pulling these invisible strings? Behind the grown body, there is a small witness. You did not bury that child, you built your life around them. Childhood is not a chapter you close, it is the paper every sentence is written on. It is soft clay, shaped by words, by tone, by the weather of a room. The first time you felt safe, the first time you were abandoned, the first time a voice slammed into you, the first time a gentle one gathered you. These firsts do not fade. They settle in. They become the original pattern your emotions copy again and again into every new day. Childhood teaches you what to expect before you know the word expectation. It quietly writes rules on the walls of your mind. This is how people speak. This is how love feels. This is what happens when you make a mistake. You walk into new rooms carrying old instructions and rarely notice you're still following them. If you grew up in the light of encouragement, the world can feel like a place that welcomes you. A question becomes an invitation. A challenge becomes a possibility. A failure becomes a lesson. If you grew up under the weight of criticism, every room can feel like a test. A look becomes a warning. A pause becomes a threat. A risk becomes something you cannot afford to take. And what about the body you live in now? If it learned stress as a first language, calm can feel suspicious. Quiet feels loud. Stillness feels unsafe. Peace feels temporary. Your nervous system stays on guard, scanning for storms that no longer exist. Over time, these early lessons turn into patterns: fear of rejection, difficulty relaxing, perfection that never feels enough, clinging too fast or never letting anyone in. The brain chooses the fastest path, the shortcut childhood paved. Unless you begin to see those roads clearly, you may mistake old maps for who you are. If you listen closely, you can hear it, your mind speaking in the accent of a child. The thoughts look grown, but the tone is familiar. That inner critic, that soft encourager, they learned their lines years ago. The voices you heard became the voices you use on yourself. As children, we did not just watch what happened, we breathed in the weather of the home. We absorbed tension and tenderness, silence and storm. We learned where it was safe to stand, when it was safer to disappear. Slowly, roles began to grow around us like armor. Maybe you became the peacemaker, always smoothing things over. Maybe you became the perfectionist, always trying to prevent disaster. Maybe you became the helper, the quiet observer, the fixer who patched the cracks. These were not flaws. They were survival patterns. Ways your young self tried to earn safety, earn love, earn a moment of calm. Yet what protected you then can limit you now, not asking for help, not showing your needs, not allowing yourself to be fully seen. And in the same soil something grew: empathy, attention, imagination, a sensitivity you will need as you begin to live differently. But this strong reactions in adulthood often come from old information, not from the moment in front of you. A small comment hits like a storm, a slight delay feels like abandonment, a simple no sounds like rejection. It is not that you are dramatic, it is that your history is loud. The turning point is the quiet sentence: "This is my inner child reacting, not the me I am today." When you can watch your own patterns with curiosity, you begin to place a gentle hand between past and present. Observation becomes a doorway, not a judgment, not a punishment. Healing is not erasing childhood. It is reteaching the parts of you that are still stuck there. Allowing emotions to rise, choosing a softer response, resting without earning it, practicing honest no, offering yourself the words you once needed. Gentle, slow, repetitive. Change does not arrive as fireworks. It arrives as small shifts, one breath, one pause, one new choice. And from these quiet revisions, you start to build a different future on top of the same old roots, more kindly. Some of the harshest sentences you carry are not truths, they are souvenirs. I'm not good enough. I have to please everyone. I must be perfect, or I'll be left behind. These are not laws of the universe. They are weather reports from a childhood you survived. So you can start to ask, softly, curiously, is this feeling from today or from a much older scene? Is this belief protecting me now or quietly controlling me? When you ask with kindness, you make room for healing. You begin to see that many so-called weaknesses were once brilliant strategies. Overthinking kept you safe. Being the mediator kept the peace. Perfectionism kept you from being yelled at. Fear of conflict kept chaos away. And when you see this, you blame yourself less and guide yourself more. Step by step, question by question, you become the steady adult that frightened child always needed. If any part of this felt like your story, you're not alone, and you're not broken. You're a human being shaped by moments you never chose. On this channel, we gently unpack those moments together, with language that soothes, questions that open, and tools that heal. If you'd like more calm, more clarity, and more compassion for yourself, stay, explore a little, and let's keep growing alongside your inner child, one honest breath at a time with us today.